Hey everybody, it is Billy at BTUFF, man. Today we are going to be talking about how much money does BTUFF make with 13,000 subscribers. That's right. I'm also going to talk to you about things that I've learned that might help you out when you do your own YouTube channel. That's coming up on BTUFF. All right, let's get into it, man. There's a lot to go over here. I do have my sheets. I've got my data sheets, right? I've got them all here. And I'll grab some screen grabs and put them on too, but I want to talk about some of the things that I have learned first off that have helped me get better on YouTube, and it'll help you on a channel if you're getting started, you're trying to figure out how to get in this money game. Trust me, dude, I ain't Jake Paul here, dude. Okay, so if you're thinking I'm gonna come on here and say I'm Jake Paul, I ain't, dude, but I am gonna show you things that I probably did wrong before and I'm doing now, and some of it isn't what they say. Like, I've gone to a lot of these channels on YouTube. I've tried to do it like that, it didn't work, and then when I just did things like I wanted to do, things seemed to work. And YouTube actually shows you what it wants you to do, and we'll get into that. So this is a channel called BTUFF, right? People say, well, what is BTUFF? I originally started BTUFF on Facebook well, actually in my magazine. I have a magazine in town, or I did. I'm actually transferring over to digital, but it was called Bakersfield Tough, BTUFF, right? That's how it came up. I really wasn't using YouTube at first for anything other than just posting, because I used to have these scan codes in my magazine, and that's kind of where I put the videos. I was never thinking this is going to be a place where you can make some money, and it wasn't until I started monetizing I said, whoa, man, this is actually a way you can make some money with the videos that you create. So originally, of course, what is BTUFF? BTUFF is trucks, right? Oil, boats, racing. What else are we? I don't know, a bunch of different things, right? And we would do some things and YouTube just wouldn't show them, it didn't matter how good the video was. Some of it had high production, but it definitely started showing me things that it wanted us to do. Our truck videos were very well received and watched, right? And that's everything from, we did some GMC trucks, we did some reviews for local companies here that on some of the HD stuff. We also did people that built their own custom trucks. We were doing those, and people seemed to like those. So Facebook greenlighted a lot of that stuff, and we were getting decent engagement out of it. When you do your own channel, pay attention to what YouTube's allowing you to do. I mean, I'm sure some of you have created videos and YouTube just doesn't show them. It doesn't matter how good much work you put into it, and you're like, how can no one see this? Well, YouTube, for some reason, YouTube just is greenlighting some stuff and not others. I want you to think about this, is that, YouTube is a search engine, right? So I've done videos, let's say I did this one, I was looking at this morning, I did this one on the Tehachapi Loop, which is a really cool railroad that goes around. I did this 4K video. I was thinking at the time, like, oh, this is a really cool video. I mean, it's an aerial from our HD drone, and people will love it. The problem is no one's on YouTube searching Tehachapi Loop. When I do a product like, hey, I'm gonna be taking a look at the JBL Party Box 100s, is it any good? Well, there is a lot of people in this world that are searching JBL Party Box 100s, are they any good? Wherever it is, whether it's on the internet or it's on YouTube, people are searching that. So those videos are way more likely to get traction. So you think about that, you have to get yourself in that mindset. This is a search engine. What am I creating here that is searchable? Like, what are people searching? Because if you're creating something that no one's gonna search, it's just gonna go into the abyss, right? Unless you're a popular, if you're a influencer, or you're a popular, like Jake Paul or someone of this, or one of these top guys that already has this huge following coming in, you can put anything you want on there and people are going to look at it. One of the things that I will tell you is that I do things here at BTUFF that are a lot different than the people that have these YouTube help videos that they tell you to do. And they say, like, oh, you really need to channel in on one thing and really stick to that. And I'm sure that's good, and I was doing that, but for example, our reef content, right? I have this reef tank in my bedroom that I never would have thought anybody would care about on BTUFF. Well, to my surprise, people do care about it, and it's actually one of our biggest things now on BTUFF, the reef tanks, right? The saltwater reef. And so that tells you that, yeah, that is true to a point, that, sticking to a topic does help, but that doesn't mean that you can't create new stuff that comes in that people won't enjoy. So I knew when I put the reef stuff out there, I knew that people were starting to get into it, and so I just went with it. I just said, okay, well, here's more reef stuff, and then people just started coming in. And then it was surprising because some people that actually were into reefs were also into cars, right? Classic cars, or any of this other stuff we were creating. So there's that. Let's get into the money part, man. Let's talk about now. Our CPM, I think, is pretty high. It's at 10.16. Now you may ask, why is it so high? Why is it on the high side? A lot of the things that we do, HD trucks, like JBL speakers, boats. We do a lot of boat content, right, on BTUFF. All that stuff, the people watching that are people that have money, right? I mean, you ain't buying a $150,000 boat unless you got some coin, dude. You ain't buying an $85,000 HD truck unless you got money. So YouTube knows this. So they charge, I think they charge more for the advertiser, you know, for a higher end commercial. Plus the length of the video, like we do some pretty long videos. When you have longer videos, there's more commercial spots in those videos, right? So length of the videos and the quality of, I mean, a video gamer probably isn't going to have that kind of CPM because, I mean, you're talking about 16-year-olds playing Call of Duty, right? It's like how much money these kids have. They don't have that much, you know, so, and they're not buying high ticket items, you know, so, you know, the CPMs are a lot different depending on what you're pitching. So think about that. Whatever you're doing on your YouTube channel, I would definitely involve product reviews. Like, you don't even have to go buy it. Just look in your house, man. Look at something that you have. You got a new iPhone? Just review it. Just review it and put it out there. Because people are always searching those, and those are going to bring people to your channel. I just want to mention that. And a lot of those products are going to bring you a higher CPM. And CPM, by the way, is, I think it's cost per million. It actually, so the higher the CPM, the more you get paid per thousand or whatever it is. So you're getting paid a higher rate of money for the amount of followers that are watching your videos. I think anything over 10 is, I think is exceptional or really good. I'm sure there's people that get a lot more. I know people that give financial advice get a lot more, but they're not making as many videos. But that CPM, I mean, over 10 is spectacular, at least for me. So, all right, so how much, I want to tell you about, so this month we hit, it's probably the highest, this is the highest month that we ever hit. And this month we made $3,372 this month in March of 2021 with 13,000 subscribers. 3,372. Now we've had a couple videos that did really good. One is our, they put a tractor, a John Deere tractor engine in a GMC, old 1969 GMC truck. People love that video. I've also done some hat shaping with Rhonda down at the Emporium Western store. People really love that stuff. So we've had some, and our reef stuff is really good. So those things have really been hitting hard for us. And what that does is when you hit those big videos, people come in and say, okay, what is this BTUFF thing? What is this, right? And they're willing to go look at other videos. If they like what you did here, sometimes they'll go look at your other stuff. Now, if they hate what you did there, then they're probably not going to do it. But a lot of people, I've noticed that this one big video that we hit that's probably, you know, going to get up to 500,000 views has brought more people into BTUFF to look at other stuff we're doing, right? Because we have a Back to Life series that does hot rods and car restorations and man caves and all that stuff. So people are coming in and seeing that stuff, and then that's how it kind of works. But so this month, yeah, we hit $3,702. Now that's not our average, right? So last month I hit 2,200, and the month before that was probably like 1,200. Right. But the cool thing is that, and I know this number, there's no way I can sustain that number. I know it's going to go like this because I just know there's no way you can hold that number up. But for us, I'm just throwing videos in, dude. Boom, boom, boom. I'm just throwing them in. Just throw them in because, you know, these videos don't go away. It's not like Facebook where you post up a video and everybody sees it for the first, I don't know, day, and then it goes straight into the abyss. That's not how YouTube works. YouTube actually starts a little bit slower and kind of over time gradually goes higher and higher. And it's here, like some of my biggest videos are things that I did in 2013. I did this thing with Big Al, man. People are still looking at that video. So I'm still making money off videos that I made back in 2012. And in fact, sometimes I forget that I made these videos and I'll see that a video, I did this video on a BF Goodrich tire comparison with a buddy of mine here, and it was dead in the water for a while. Then all of a sudden I look, and it's got 500,000 views now. And it's like, so a lot of things will be dead in the water for a while, and for whatever reason, they just take off. I don't know. Don't ask me, dude. I don't know. But so the idea is it's important to keep just putting videos in. Just keep doing them and doing them and doing them. And just because you see one that's kind of, you know, not good, that doesn't mean that it's not going to be not good later. And so just remember that. Our total views for, let's see here, for March was 600,000 views, right? And that's pretty decent. In July of 2020, I had 210,000. So coming up almost on a year, we've gained a lot. Now, if you look at our, like, my subscriber count, it's going like this now. It's like, it's kind of weird how YouTube works. It's like everything goes like this. It's like, there's like a curve how it works. But I will say this, that a lot of the like traffic that we get isn't necessarily from our subscribers. It's just not. I mean, it's like I look at it, so why are only like 3% of my views being seen by our subscribers? You know, so a lot of it's being seen on recommendations. I mean, on our browse features, 52% of our stuff comes from our browsing features, right? Suggested videos is like almost 30%. So suggesting videos is a huge component or a huge piece to how successful a channel gets. If YouTube ain't suggesting your stuff, it's hard to get off the ground. It just is, because you're competing against so much stuff. And the search engine, so think about this, that on the search engine, right, we were talking about like having a search, like, you know, if I'm trying to, are the JBL 100s any good, right? So 10% of our videos come from search engine. That means people searching something and here's our video, boom. You know, how to get your phone battery lasting longer or whatever it is. Like my phone battery's going dead or something like that, whatever it is. All that stuff matters. So when it is important. 10% may not sound like that much, but it is when you're talking about a volume of 600,000, right? So you're talking about, okay, well, there's 60,000 people that have saw your video based on a search engine, right? So it's super important to make sure that your headlines, when you write them, like make sure that like you think of like, okay, if someone's searching, how would they do this? I did see one thing that I thought was really cool is on Socialblade, which is a really cool place that you should check out. And Socialblade will tell you, you can type in any page and it'll tell you how much they're making or ballpark and like where, you know, and what rank they are. Like it's like a B, C, D, E, F maybe, I don't know, or E, or I don't know how low it goes. But I did notice that we bumped up to the B, right, on Socialblade, which is really cool. I don't know how many people are in there. I don't know what our rank is, but you know, it's hard. I mean, if you get into a B, you got a pretty decent channel, especially for a small, you know, channel like BTUFF, or at least right now I consider it small. You know, to be in the B already is pretty good. I mean, if you get into the A, that means you're on the top list. I mean, you just are. Even a B plus, you're probably making pretty decent. I mean, I think I saw one channel yesterday. I know this guy's making over 100,000 easy a year, and he's on a B plus. So I look at Socialblade, and one thing cool about Socialblade too, if you haven't seen it, is that it will actually show you where you're going. It has the projections, and it's actually fairly accurate. And so I think I saw, like, I don't know how many, I think we've reached like 5 million, we've had 5 million views so far in the career of BTUFF. And, you know, in 3 years or 4 years, it has us like at a crazy amount of millions of, I mean, I think it's like 90 million or even over 100 million in a few years. And I'm like, whoa, that's big, man. So the key is don't give up, keep going. And I'm not saying that like I know what I'm doing. I'm sure there's a lot better people out there that probably explain this a lot better than me. I'm just telling you that it's important. I always tell everybody, everybody should start a YouTube channel, man. It's crazy not to, because you never know, man. You could have that lottery ticket. If you have something of interest that people like, I would suggest that, hey, don't be afraid to start your YouTube channels or get one aimed towards monetizing, do your product reviews, and here's the thing too, check this out. I do boat reviews, right? I do have a boat. I have a Malibu boat. It's a 2008. It's a nice boat for what it is. But I've done videos on 300,000 Paragons. And I couldn't afford that boat. And you don't have to afford the stuff that you're reviewing. Go to your local boat shop and just walk around a wake surf boat. Go to the RV place and walk around a tricked out RV and just like talk about it. Show people, hey, today we're gonna go in to check out the 2022 blank blank RV. We'll see if it's worth getting. Let's go check it out. Just go in there with your phone, start videoing the cabinets and everything, and just walk around and post the video. Boom. And now you can go in there with the search, you know, is the blank blank worth the money, dude, or whatever it is on your headline. And now you have a high dollar product that is going to get a high CPM because these are high value, you know, buyers, right? And so all that stuff matters, but you don't have to be a Jake Paul with millions of dollars in the bank to go review a $300,000 Paragon or a tricked out whatever you're doing, you know. Just go out there. They're not going to stop you from doing it at the dealerships. If anything, it's a promotion for them. So get out there and review things. If you have things in your house, review them. Get those people looking, get those people in, and just keep making videos. That's the way to do it, man. Just don't stop. So anyway, there you go. You know, roughly at this point, the $3,300. Not bad. Nothing to, you know. I mean, I make more in my regular thing outside that, but still, that's good passive income. If I wanted to take a month or two off, that money's still gonna come in. It's not gonna stop. That's why I laugh when I see these headlines. Oh, so-and-so is leaving YouTube. And they're not leaving, they're just taking a break and they're still getting paid from YouTube. So anyway, that's it, man. That's as honest as I could do it. I'm sure this is in layman's terms. I don't know. There's, like I said, there's other channels out there that probably do this better than I do. But I just wanted to show you what BTUFF's making with 13,000 followers. So I will give you one tip that I've noticed, and this is something that a lot of new YouTubers don't understand, and that is the transition. If you watch, go watch a YouTube and stop and just look at the cuts in the scene when someone's talking. That means that I'm talking to you and this is the cut. Like, oh, all of a sudden the screen changed. Either the face got bigger or just it's a change in scene, because people get bored real fast, their brain. And when you have those transition, it like resets your mind. Boom, it resets. So you stick around a little bit longer because you're resetting all the time. Think about that. Your transitions are a big thing, especially doing longer videos. On a video like this where there's nothing really going on, it's just a blank background, the scenery is not going to change. People get bored looking at my face over and over, so don't be afraid to change the transition, boom, 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 to keep people in. That's a big thing. Another big thing that has helped me out is music. A lot of people use cheap music on their videos, and you can tell, and it makes the video feel kind of cheap. Avoid using cheesy music, spend some extra time, get some good music that has some vocals on it, and that way it just gives better quality to your videos. Thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting BTUFF, man. This is crazy, it's cool. I like all the comments, man. All right, this is Billy at BTUFF.